Good afternoon and welcome to Cal Plays. My name is Cal and I'm here to open my pre-release kit. You may have seen Dogtar open his and now we're going to do mine. I took the liberty of taking the sleeve off and popping out the tokens for myself. Most of it's pretty similar except green in theme. For example, this came in Dogtar's pre-release kit, and this one came in mine because I'm doing the Mishra one. So just as an example of the differences, you'll see dye's still the same though. It's the hard to see on camera, but purple numbers with black everything else. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. I probably should have unwrapped this before stream. We'll have to keep that in mind next time. But let's see what my... here we go. Alright, my date stamped card is Tokasia, Dig Site Mentor. It is a legendary creature human artificer, which is quite the mouthful and a lot of good things. Creatures you control have vigilance and tap Surveil 1. Now, Surveil is a newer mechanic and I'm less familiar with it, but it means to Surveil 1, look at the top card of your library. You may put that card into your graveyard.
It is better scry if you're a graveyard build.
I was going to say, depending on your deck.
This is actually a phenomenal EDH commander that I've thought about building decks around.
Yeah.
Continue.
So for 2 colorless, 2 green, 2 white, and 2 blue, I exile Takasa. I did not pronounce that any way, shape, or form correct. From my graveyard, return any number of target artifact cards with total mana value 10 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery.
She is, I mill myself until I have my win cons in my graveyard, and then get 10 mana and then deal with me.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting EDH build.
Not sure it's going to be so useful here.
Oh, it has 0 use. Well, no. The being able to fix your mill if you want to run her in. Also being a 3/4 for 3 with a good ability is not the end of the world.
4/3 for 4.
4/3. You're correct.
For 4. 4.
Yeah, she should be 3.
Alright, so looks like for my pre-release cards, I've got a Stern Lesson, which is draw 2, discard, create a tap pack, mana acceleration, and dig. We've got Whirling Strike, which it looks like a combat trick. Exile, yeah.
Put it down and then move it off. The camera can't, as it raises, it loses focus.
Okay.
And the cards start to be blurry to see.
Gix Caress, target opponent reveals his or her. Ooh, that's like Duress, only different.
It's more expensive Duress, but gives you a Power Stone.
Yeah. Deadly Repulse deals 3 damage, target tapped creature, and you gain 2 life. Epic Confrontation, target creature you control gets +1/+2 until end of turn. Okay. Aeronaut's Wings. I'll stop just reading every single card. Swift Geared Drake. Weak Stone Subjection. Jotun's Frontier. We now have Jotun in
Frontliner.
Oh, Frontliner. You're right. Yep. I'm trying to read upside down.
I get it.
Mishra's Excavation Prodigy. That's Defabricate.
Defabricate.
Choose one. Counter target artifact enchantment spell. Is counter target activated triggered? Okay, so it's not a direct reversal of Fabricate.
No. But it isn't a counterspell that can hit creatures, but it can hit activated or triggered abilities, as well as artifacts or enchantments. Your first rare.
First rare is Kyla's Command. Choose 2, create a 2/2 colorless construct artifact creature token. Put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. It gains double strike until end of turn. Or search your library for a basic Plains card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. You gain 2 life and scry 2. Solid choices.
Solid. This is going to be
And for
phenomenal.
3.
Limited. I mean, for 3 mana, you can get a 2/2 colorless, a 3/3 colorless with double strike.
Or scry 2 and gain 2 life. I mean,
You can't choose the same one twice.
So basically, that is that bottom one is basically scry the bones, but better.
Yep.
It's the same mana cost too. 3 mana.
It's a mana fetch, gain 2, scry 2. I like that it tutors for the land first and then you scry.
Solid for 3 mana.
I think that's going to be, you have motivation to play white with that card.
yeah,
Another
for sure.
ancient border card.
Millstone. Oh, damn.
Millstone.
Nice. Vintage border millstone. We'll take that for sure.
Beautiful.
And for foil, we got Desynchronize. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next pack. In case you're wondering, this is a very old and unused land that we're just using more as a keep track of where we need to be putting cards than anything else. Oh, hey, look, we got another Power Stone.
Nice.
Same artwork, though. Okay. Looks like Power Stone Fracture. Wait. Destroy target creature or planeswalker for 2? As an additional cost, sacrifice an artifact or creature. You know, that's still pretty solid.
Solid.
For 2 black, for a black and 1, that's pretty solid. Phalanx Vanguard, especially at the common level. Latnam Adept.
This is going to be an interesting set to draft.
Rock Hunter. Yeah?
I at least think so.
Tomakal of Tomakal Honor Guard. Something like that. I'm probably way off. Moment of Defiance. Power Plant Worker. It's an assembly worker.
Yep.
Is that a sign I'm going to get an Urza? Ashnod's Intervention. Another Epic Confrontation.
Nice seeing one of our sadist bitches from the past getting some nice love in Magic again.
Tap 2 target artifacts. I'm sorry. Involuntary cooldown. Go for the Throat. Solid card.
Reprint, but solid.
Battery Bear. Does he turn all of your creatures into mana dorks? Is that what I just read?
I'm reading. He's not legendary.
Nope. But this is Habrin Vanguard Aviator. Flying. Whenever you attack with 5 or more soldiers, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain flying until end of turn.
Nice.
Yeah. Solid. Blue, looking like blue-white. Blue-white tokens. Oh.
What do we get?
Oh, we're gonna cry.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Gilded Lotus and Vintage Border with brand new artwork to fit the old border. And then a full art forest. Well, Dogtar's getting all nostalgic for that.
Fucking Christ.
So, for this deck, we have Desynchronize, Bitter Reunion, and by deck I mean pack, Burrowing Razormaw, Killzone Acrobat, Goblin Firebomb, which is a solid name for a card, Recommission, Evolving Wilds, Overwhelming Remorse, Lowrand's Escape,
White, black, blue soldiers.
Mine Worker, another assembly worker,
Nice.
Monastery Swift Spear. Monetary Swift Spear. I can read upside down.
Hey,
Don't
that's
worry.
a reprint.
Thopter Mechanic. Hell yeah. Combat Thresher. Legion to Ashes. This is our rare. Exile target non-land permanent opponent controls, and all tokens that player controls with the same name as that permanent. Okay.
White-black gets more good than just fuck off removal.
Okay, that's anti-token.
And you go. And Cal?
Not as good. Mishra's Bauble.
Nice. You already have a solid white-black soldier theme going.
You think so?
I'm fucked.
Speaking of soldiers.
Nice.
Alright, on to pack 4. Kolos Rock. Mishra's Juggernaut. Blanchwood Prowler. Gixian Infiltrator. Veteran's Power Stone. Aeronaut's Wings. Swiftgear Drake. Weakstone Subjection. I think I have that one already. Another Evolving Wilds. I'll take them. Thin the deck, get the mana on the board. Other soldiers you can... name is Yotian something or other? Yotian's Technician. Cool.
Yeah, white, blue, black. It's the color you're building.
Gurgling Anointer.
Ugh, that's a gross sounding name.
Reconstructed Thopter. Alright, and our rare is the Mightstone and Weakstone. When the Mightstone and Weakstone enter the battlefield, choose one. Draw 2 cards. Target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn. And tap... And as a separate ability, it has tap, add 2 colorless. This mana can't be spent to cast non-artifact spells. This is going in EDH.
Mm-hmm. It's part of the Urza Planeswalker that's required for the Meld deck.
Oh!
I need to get both halves to build the as one of the end-all be-all for our EDH decks. After we tool those up, both Urza and Mishra have Meld decks that we're going to build.
This is Sigil of Valor.
Put you in.
Sigil of Valor. When equipped creature attacks alone, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each other creature you control. Oh, well, that's just solid.
Yep.
And probably a reprint.
Yep.
By the way, for a mountain and one of these transform tokens. Or proxies. Okay. Pack 5. Union of the Third Path, not Party. Stern Lesson. Whirling Strike. Shoot Down. Gix Caress. Deadly Riposte. Scrapwork Cohort. Scrapwork Rager. I want to read this one. Tokasia's Dig Site. Non-basic lands. There's not enough of those. Tap, add a colorless, or 3 and tap to surveil. That's pretty solid, especially if you're looking to mill.
Yeah, or just dig.
Yeah, true. Prison Sentence. Third Path Iconoclast. Recruitment Officer.
Yep, more soldiers.
Thalia Dragon Engine. Ooh, yes. Mishra's Foundry.
Nice.
I'm not going to have any mana problems because I've got another Mishra's Bauble.
Bauble doesn't do anything for mana.
Oh. You know what? Still, I'm glad to have 2. Well,
I'm very happy we have more Power Stone tokens.
yes. Okay. Tamaqua Scrapsmith. Argothonian Opportunist, if I'm pronouncing that anything close to correct. Emergency Weld. Ambush Paratrooper. Desynchronize. Bitter Reunion. Fog of War. Energy Refractor.
What does that do? Don't know. Read later.
Power Stone Engine.
More white shit. Probably a soldier.
Power Plant Worker.
Another one of those guys. They've shown up.
The Fall of Krug.
Hey, land destruction. You can fuck right off. I chose not to run mine.
Pyrrhic Blast.
Hey, bad removal in a color you're not going to use.
Cradle Clear Cutter.
Hey, a phenomenal card in a color you're not going to use.
My rare Perennial Behemoth.
Ooh.
You may play land card. You may play lands from your graveyard, and he has Unearth.
He's a living Crucible of Worlds. I've actually won him for Marin and
I cannot wait to use that to return my Evolving Wilds to dig more land out of my deck.
Yup.
And Thorn of Amethyst in Vintage Border. That is going to be an EDH win and another Power Stone. I'm going to go ahead and edit my build a deck, put it on the left here where I forgot to remove Dog Tars, and we'll be back with another recording. And now we are going to just quickly go over my deck as built by Dogtar because he's more competent than me. And then we'll get into a game. Game is probably going to be a separate video. But first we have Recruitment Officer. He is a single white and has the ability 3 colorless and a white. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card with mana value 3 or less from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, which is great because this is an aggro deck. Most of my creatures are going to cost 3 or less, and chances are I'm going to see them in the top 4 cards. I'm going to see at least one. So that's pretty good. We've got Yotane Frontliner. He's not a fountain, he's a frontliner. Whenever Yotane Frontliner attacks, another target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And he unearths for white, meaning he can temporarily return from the graveyard. Unfortunately, he exiles after that. But what you gonna do? I have a Mind Worker, which is an assembly worker. Artifact creature, assembly worker for 2. I can tap it to gain 1 life. If I control a creature named Power Plant Worker and Tower Worker, I gain 3 life instead. I gain 3 life instead of 1. Boy, I hope I have all 3 of those in here. That'd be amazing. I have 2 elves for Ambush Paratrooper. Flash, flying, and creatures I control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Well, sorry, that last one's an ability that costs 5 colorless. And it's a 1/2 by itself.
Early and late game value.
Is it a 1/2 or a 2/2?
1/2.
What's the card underneath it? Am I mistaken?
Yeah, that's.
I'm mistaken. This is not a pair. The next card is Phalanx Vanguard. Creature, human soldier, vigilance. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under my control, Phalanx Vanguard gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Pretty solid. Then we have the Harbinger Vanguard Aviator. Sorry, Harbin Vanguard Aviator. Legendary creature, human soldier. I'm sensing a theme here. Flying, whenever you attack with 5 or more soldiers, soldier creature. Whenever you attack with 5 or more soldiers, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain flying until end of turn. And it's 3/2 for 2. That's not bad. Killzone Acrobat.
Whenever also point out this little asshat is a 2 color blue and a white for a 3/2 with flying.
Yeah, and he's a commander on top of 3/2 with flying.
3/2. He's a 2-drop smuggler's copter.
How long before you put him in a as a commander?
I don't know if he'll become a commander. I think he's better in the 99.
I don't know. That low cost. That low cost.
Maybe an R1-on-1 commanders. That's not regular EDH.
Yeah. Killzone Acrobat. Whenever Killzone Acrobat attacks, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, Killzone Acrobat gains flying until end of turn. Boy, that sounds like a desperate last measure, but we do seem to have a few artifacts, such as this Scrapwork sorry. These are two different cards again. Scrapwork Rager. When Scrapwork Rager enters the battlefield, I draw a card, and I lose a life. And he unearths for 4. So, yeah, there's that too. And then Scrapwork Cohort. When Scrapwork Cohort enters the battlefield, I create a 1/1 colorless soldier creature token. Artifact creature token. Okay, cool.
And he unearths.
And he's a soldier himself.
That he is.
And then we have another multicolor here with Jotun Tactician. Jotun? Jotun? I don't know. Other soldiers you control get +1/+1. Nice.
If there's any Destiny fans out there, it's Toaster Technician.
Power Plant Worker. This one there is 2 of. Power Plant Worker gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If you control creatures named Mine Worker and Tower Worker, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Power Plant Worker instead. Activate only once each turn. I now have to wonder if I have the third card, the Trifecta.
I have to point out, he's also a 4/4 for 5 that becomes a 6/6 for the cost of 3 mana.
True.
Limited, he isn't bad.
He's not bad, no. Koilos Rock. A 4 mana with flash and flying, and when it enters the battlefield, it creates a tapped Power Stone. Solid.
You have a solid amount of flying creatures in this deck.
Yeah, or potentially flying.
Yep.
Combat Thresher. It's a first prototype card, only prototype card in this deck. It's a 7 mana, a 3/3 double striker. When it enters the battlefield, I draw a card. And if I really want to, I can cast it for a white and 2 for a 1/1 double striker. That when it enters the battlefield, I draw a card. Solid.
I believe he's very useful in either form.
Yep. We have a pair of Mishra's Baubles, which Dogtar pointed out is actually different artworks. I did not know that it had multiple artworks in this set, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I opened a gold mine. Not literally, it's not worth that much money. I looked it up. Okay, go for the throat. It's just removal for non-artifact creatures. Which unfortunately isn't going to do good against Dogtar's deck.
Not as good, but there are still a fair amount of non-artifact creatures out there.
Return target artifact or creature card from your graveyard to your hand, and create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token. Solid for the soldier deck. Recommission. Return target artifact or creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If a creature enters the battlefield this way, it enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Additional, just in case it enters with +1/+1 counters on it already.
This way it's not a replacement effect.
Yeah. Legions to Ashes. Exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls and all tokens that player controls with the same name as that permanent. Solid removal. It's the silver bullet against token decks. Veteran's Power Blade. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. It's cheaper to equip to a soldier. Only cost a white, which is going to be pretty good here. Kyla's Command. I'm not going over this whole card again, but it's pretty solid. Of course, that Gilded Lotus for the mana ramp. Not legal in Standard. The Might Stone and the Weak Stone, more mana ramp. And
not just that, it can also be removal or card draw late game.
Yeah, if I sacrifice it, right?
No, it says an ETB trigger.
Oh, cool. That's pretty damn good. Alright, Overwhelming Remorse. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature card in your graveyard. Exile target creature or planeswalker. And I am also running a pair of the Evolving Wilds and a stack of plains, swamps, and islands. Don't mind the fact that they're snow-covered. That's just for fun. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get to playing against each other. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day.